Hi everyone, I'm Ken Ham, CEO of Answers in Genesis, the Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter, here with the Director of Attractions Design, Alan. We're in our messy warehouse,
yes.
But this is where all the creativity goes on, and we have our design studios here. We're going to give you a little sneak look at that in a moment and tell you what is happening for the future here. So we are tripling the size of the Fearfully and Wonderfully Made exhibit at the Creation Museum.
That's right.
It already is, I think, the most powerful pro-life exhibit in the world, and now we're going to triple it in size, and we've got a giant baby coming. We'll explain about that in a moment. You're going to be fascinated to see some of the things that Alan's going to explain to you. This is amazing what you guys are doing. So Alan, why don't you quickly run through a little bit about the new design that we have here for the Fearfully and Wonderfully Made exhibit, and then some of the pictures over there.
Yeah. So when we build a new exhibit, oftentimes we'll build a small scale model. That's what we've done here. So it is so exciting. This will be going in our Palm Plaza area at the Creation Museum. And as Ken said, this will be much larger than the mobile Fearfully and Wonderfully Made exhibit that we opened up last year. We'll be able to include more exhibitry that we didn't have room for in phase one. It'll be this nice linear, organic flow, and it's going to be really, really dynamic. Over on the left, you'll see some of our concept art. This is part of our process. When we're designing a new exhibit, we'll usually start with the model and concept art, so you can just get a sense of some of the beautiful design language, some of the content we'll be covering, from God's amazing design to the science of what's going on in the womb, to the hope of the gospel, that there is offer of grace no matter what we've done or been through. Jesus' love is there for us. So just a little preview of what's coming.
And by the way, this here is actually a little part of the model of the umbilical cord.
That's
that'll
right.
be for the giant baby.
Yes.
And you can show that here in a moment. Hey, I just saw this sign here, so I may as well show you this right now, actually. Welcome to the studio. We're hiring assistant content writer, exhibit artist, intern, exhibit cleaner, lead 3D digital artist, production designer, art director, production fabricator, carpenter, welder. Hey, we have these positions going, and if you're interested, go to answersingenesis.org, go down to the bottom menus, see the menu headed help, go down there, you'll see jobs, click on there, and you can become a part of this team that does all this creative stuff and produces the exhibits for the Creation Museum, the Ark Encounter. You can hear them soaring in the background. It's a busy place over here.
It's a busy place.
So this is going to be a part of the new exhibit. Now this is just a mock-up here.
That's right.
But explain what's going to be happening.
So this is really special. In our phase one exhibit, we did not have enough room to dive into the placenta, which is a topic that our own Dr. David Minton loves to talk about. God's design for the placenta, this organ that we all needed to live in our mother's womb. So what we've done here is we have an oversized baby model. This is about 4 times the size of a 35-week-old baby in her mother's womb. And we wanted to make it so large so we could really appreciate the details of what's going on in the placenta. So through a projection, we're showing the movement of oxygenated blood from a placenta through the umbilical cord to the baby, and then less oxygenated blood going back through the umbilical cord to the placenta. This will be alongside teaching, and it's just so cool to be able to combine technology with the message of God's design of our own lives.
Now, of course, it'll be much more professional than this.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, we're going to take you over to the 3D print room, and you'll be able to see how the head for the giant baby is being constructed. We'll do that in a moment. But other technology is being used too in the exhibit. In the current exhibit, we have models of those children in their mother's womb, going right from fertilization right up to before the baby is born. And you're going to do the same sort of thing. It'll be set up differently for this permanent exhibit. The one we have right now is sort of temporary, isn't it?
That's
Even though
right.
It's a fantastic exhibit.
It's a mobile exhibit.
But what we need to do here is explain to them some of the technology that you're going to be using. And so let me...
There we go.
Let me just show you this here. Turn a light on for you. This is sort of all just mock-up.
It's all mock-up, as you said before. This is all crude.
It's all part of how they creatively put this all together and make it all work. And then when you see it turn into the professional model that they have, it's just absolutely fantastic. So over here, you're going to show us a little bit of some of the technology you're going to be using, Alan.
Yes. So as you just mentioned, we will be duplicating all 12 models that we showed in our phase 1 exhibit. These are 12 different stages of development. But what we want to do in phase 2, which we were not able to do in phase 1, is to highlight the organs that are developing at each of these phases. So we're hoping to do that, and this is a prayer point because this is still in the R&D phase. We're hoping to do that through a special effect called Pepper's Ghost. And we have one little example of it here. This is our stand-in for our full-term baby, and it's at this stage we want to highlight the lungs. So what we're doing is we have an angled piece of glass here, which is reflecting a pair of lungs, and if you want to look up there, so these are the actual lungs. It's clear resin set up against a monitor, and right now that's just an on and off test, but it'll be much more lively and organic seeing the baby begin to test using her lungs, air flowing in and then back out again. So this is just one of these 12 different organs that we'll highlight using this technology, and we're super excited to be able to add this.
And it'll look lifelike as the lungs expand and so on, whereas right now this is just, you're just testing, you know, how the effect could be used. And you sort of see here the general idea of what's going to be going on. So it's going to be set up a little differently to the current Fearfully and Wonderfully Made exhibit, which is powerful in itself, but this is going to be part of this whole new design. So we're really, really looking forward to that. So Alan, if you can tell us here, just as our videographer Maria is just giving you a little look here, if you can explain a little bit more about what's happening here.
So Maria is showing you each of these babies. We have determined what organ we want to highlight. She's showing you the skeletal structure right now. And if you want to look up here, so you see this is again just a stand-in baby, but I'm going to illuminate a little stand-in skeleton so you can see. We're just trying to get all these angles lined up with the glass, the reflections. So yeah, skeletal structure, nervous brain and nervous system, eyes. It's just such a cool opportunity and way to highlight God's design within us in our mother's womb.
So what we're going to do now, we're going to walk them over quickly, and you'll see some of what's going on here at the warehouse. This is just a little part of our warehouse. We have a shipping warehouse here, a bulk warehouse as well, for all the resources that we send out. And we have a wood shop and a metal shop. So let's go through there. I think we're going to walk through near the metal shop and one of the wood shops.
Yeah.
We have fabrication areas here.
You'll see we have pieces of a number of projects going on right now, which of course is why we have those job postings. So we have projects that are going on at our Creation Museum, including an upgrade to our Palm Plaza area. We're excited about some enhancements that are going on in there, including a new dining mezzanine. Of course, we have the Fearfully Wonderfully Made exhibit, and that's just the Creation Museum. We have the Ark also. So we have lots of new exhibits we're planning for in the future at the Ark, including the largest model of Jerusalem, first century Jerusalem in the world, which is a little bit down the road, but we're really excited about lots of projects going on here.
So we're going to go over, actually I see the CNC machine is working, and we might just show them that a little bit on the way to the 3D print room and also to the silicon room. So we have quite a large CNC machine, as you can see there. There's all sorts of things going on in here. You can see the artists are very, very busy.
We're organizing right now. We're gearing up for many projects ahead.
So we can just quickly give you a look at the CNC machine.
So the CNC technology is a huge blessing to us because it really allows us to expedite our process. One of our artists or designers will design what they want CNC'd out on a computer, and then different materials can be placed down, in this case foam. We use this machine quite a bit when we were working on the Ark animals. At the Ark encounter, we cut out forms that were then glued or assembled together to create those beautiful animal kinds.
Well, let's walk on over here to...
We can just step right this way.
Yes, people mightn't realize, but this is going to be a giant baby head for the giant baby.
It's hard to tell what's going on here right now, but we were just in our other shot where you saw that oversized baby mock-up. Well, this is where the mold is being created for that final baby head. What we've done is using our 3D printing technology, which we'll show you more of in just a moment. We have 3D printed what our beautiful designer, he's beautiful, Eric Remus, he designed a beautiful sculpture of a baby in multiple pieces like this. This is one of the tests. They were assembled by our awesome artist, Jesse P.A., and now those are being used to create a mold from which we'll get our final sculpture that we'll put on display in the Creation Museum. So you can't see it as well right now, but it's in there and it looks beautiful.
So it's going to be something when that comes out of there. So
yes.
Let's just come over here. So we're walking over to, this is our
3D printing room.
Maybe we could have a sneak look in there.
Let's go on in. So you'll see bits and pieces of multiple projects. Thank you. We have 3 3D printers here that we'll use for different projects. And you can see just a little collection of things that we've 3D printed. Recently, we opened up the Borderland exhibit at the Creation Museum, which features a number of small-scale models of people from the 1st century. So we used the 3D printer for those. Again, we have used it for this big oversized baby, and we'll continue to do that for the baby's feet and hands. So it's like having another member of the team. The CNC is a huge blessing, but of course, it couldn't do anything without the artists who are digitally sculpting all these beautiful pieces.
So that's using the 3D print technology of today, which has really been a great asset to us here.
It is.
And great to have people who know how to do this.
That's right. And
I have no idea.
One of our job postings is for a 3D artist who would be overseeing the 3D print technology. So if someone's out there who loves the Lord and loves this technology, we'd love to talk with them.
Well, let's go into the silicon room and look at the latest silicon models over here as they're getting new silicon models done. For those of you who have seen the Fearfully and Wonderfully Made exhibit at the Creation Museum, you've seen the models and how exquisite they are. Well, now they're doing a whole new series. So these are not final, of course.
That's right.
Just in preparation.
They're in preparation. So we are duplicating the models that we made for phase 1 to be in phase 2. And if you've seen the models in phase 1, you'll know our team did such an incredible job, I think really innovating a new way to create models like this. There's actually 2 different forms here, and this is, by the way, an oversized baby. This is one of the early stages. So it's larger than life, but to show detail, we made it larger than life. There's an inner form, which you can kind of see there's a translucent outer form. The inner form is showing some of the internal organs, and then the outer form kind of translucent. So as the babies really are, as God made us, we can see through the skin at some of those early phases and see all of what God is doing inside.
So the early phases, of course, you magnify so people can see them. Exactly. And then as we go on, these are actual...
They're actual size. This is our first baby that's actual size, and you can just see compared to my thumb how tiny we are, and that's just along the way. But yeah, all of these here, minus this one, these are actual size, and this is our full-term baby right here.
And this, of course, here.
This captures the moment of fertilization. So this is our first model, and you can see what we've tried to do here. Our amazing artists, they're showing the moment of fertilization where a new set of information is put together with these chromosomes, and God creates a brand new life. So in the actual model on display, there's also a sperm. You see sperm surrounding this. So yeah, that's the moment of fertilization.
Yeah, there's a lot of work to be done on these, of course.
That's right. That's right.
For those who have seen the actual final models at the Creation Museum, these will be that quality or even above, and people are amazed by them. They look so real.
Yeah.
And like they put every hair in the head individually.
Individual hairs. The lighting, of course, will do so much, paint jobs, and then in phase 2, we'll be overlaying those Pepper's Ghost special effects onto these to show these organs inside. So we're really excited.
It's going to be an incredible exhibit. Yeah. So what about we go in where the artists are actually designing some of this?
And sounds great. One of the cool things about working here is there's so many gifted designers and artists with different skill sets. So out here we have fabricators, we have artists who use their hands. We'll see in a moment though, graphic designers and technical designers, people with incredible skill sets that come together with the common goal of creating exhibitry for God's glory. It's a little bit of a construction zone here is where we're really ramping up for some future projects that we have. So we're reorganizing our sculpting room here.
Hey, you know what? I got an idea. How about we walk through this room?
Let's do it.
And just so they can see that on the way, they've been really cleaning up in here.
Yeah. So usually this is full of artists, but right now we're cleaning up. You can see little bits of past projects. Here are the original 3D prints for the molds for our babies, for Fearfully Wonderfully Made. You can see our amazing textile artist, Sandy. She works here. She's responsible for the wardrobe, the costumes for our different human characters at the Ark and the Creation Museum.
Sort of like going behind the scenes at Disney, isn't it?
That's right, yeah. All kinds of scale models for past projects.
And here, of course, people work at computers and do all sorts of interesting things. You can see some of the plans they're working on for the future.
That's right. Tower of Babel down at the Ark. Exciting project right now. We like to hang up our concepts in this hallway here. So on this side, you can see a lot of concept art for our Phase 2 Fearfully Wonderfully Made exhibit. So again, just kind of a plan view. The flow of the exhibit will take guests through 4 different areas. The first is life in God's image, showing the biblical view of human life, God's design of life in a mother's womb. The next is a life created, looking at the scientific complexity. That's where we'll show those baby models, focus on the placenta and different organs. Next is life in crisis, where we'll address abortion in a sensitive way. And then last is life restored, where we'll present the gospel message.
And these are some artist renderings of those sorts of areas.
Exactly.
Up here. This is going to be an incredible exhibit. I mean, people think the current one is phenomenal. That was sort of built as an introduction and a temporary one.
Yeah.
And now to see this expanded exhibit, there's nothing like this anywhere in the world, is there?
Yeah, I don't know of anything, and it's been a real blessing to have an opportunity to kind of have two phases to a single exhibit to build upon what we were able to establish with Phase 1.
And what's the idea of this area here with these sort of pieces of wood?
We call this a weave wall, and it's just a kind of an artistic technique where we'll have these little planks of wood on the wall, and what we're striving to do is to symbolize God's unseen hand of creation. In this case, you can see this, it kind of looks like DNA, and it's showing a life created as God develops a single individual life.
Wow, Psalm 139.
Yeah.
Fearfully and wonderfully made, knit together in our mother's womb, when I saw your unformed substance. That's a reminder of something. Your unformed substance. In other words, before your body is built, you are you. 100% human, made in God's image right from fertilization. A reminder that abortion, right from fertilization, is killing a human being.
Yeah, right.
Wow, you guys have certainly done a lot of work here. And I might just add, may as well look across here too, because as part of doing what we're doing with the Fearfully and Wonderfully Made exhibit, the new triple in size exhibit, it's being put into an area called Palm Plaza, and there's a big upgrade going in there at the same time, right?
Yeah, this is so exciting. So as you said, Fearfully Wonderfully Made is only one small part of a big upgrade to Palm Plaza. We opened up our Borderland exhibit earlier this year. That was another part of this upgrade. And then throughout the Palm Plaza area, we're doing a lot of enhancements, including a whole new dining area, mezzanine. It's square footage that the museum has never had before. We're giving, it's brand new, giving views of Palm Plaza that have never been had before. You can see these beautiful mural designs, which are being painted right now.
Yeah, I've seen some of them up there.
They look so great. The lighting in here will be very, very different than what it is now. We'll have a day to night light effect, a projection show. It's really a celebration of God's mighty works. It's going to be really, really awesome.
Wow, this is what's coming at the Creation Museum.
Yeah.
And there's a lot more coming at the Creation Museum and also at the Ark Encounter. So you guys are amazing. God has brought along an incredible team.
Amen.
You know, we wouldn't be able to do this without the team God has brought, because contracting it out would cost millions and millions of dollars.
That's right.
And God brings all these people in here who want to be a part of the mission.
Yeah. Yeah.
And they want to use their talents for the Lord.
Exactly.
And look what's happening. It's just stunning. It's just amazing. We have people all the time that tell us, hey, this is better quality than Disney. This is better than Universal. It's better than Hollywood.
There is a passion within our team because we really believe in what we're doing. Every member wants to use their skills for God's glory. So it is really, really special. We love what we do.
Well, thanks, Alan. And we look forward to this area in Palm Plaza and the new Fearfully Wonderfully Made exhibit next year, probably towards the end of summer, early fall.
That's right. Yep, that's
It
right.
all takes time.
Yes.
Because this is an incredible, exquisite project, you know, design and so on. So it all takes time, but it'll be happening. We're also building a welcome center at the Creation Museum.
Yes,
When people arrive in the parking lot, a new welcome center, and an Eden teaching center out in the gardens, the conservatory and greenhouses and raising plants of the Bible and new petting zoo area and classroom there. There is a lot going on.
There's a lot going on.
And there's a lot going on at the Ark Encounter as well.
Yes.
So make sure you plan to just come back every year. Come back twice a year.
Yeah.
You know, in fact, just move to northern Kentucky.
Come on over. Yeah.
So, well, thanks a lot, Alan.
Thank you, Ken.